Hello everyone, this is Rabab Alma, licensed marriage and family therapist and international life coach. I'm talking today about stuck with same old patterns. So does that sound familiar? Let me know where are you joining me from, and what do you think of that topic? Is it a hot topic, or it's just not very important one? I think from what I see in my life and in professional and personal, I see it as an important topic. So let me know where are you calling me from or joining me from. I'm gonna share this video with my other pages. Let me know which city, which country are you joining me from, and let me know what you think of this topic. So what does old pattern mean to you? Because it's different for everyone. So what are these old patterns that we are talking about? Let me just give examples. Are you suffering, or do you deal with or struggle with a crippling fear of something? You're afraid of something and you're always anxious about something. And I see a lot of students are anxious around studying, due dates, exams, assignments, or they're afraid of change. A lot of us are afraid of change, abandonment, illness, whatsoever. Emotional eating. We just get so stressed. I want that chocolate. I am someone who loves chocolate. And so yeah, we are emotional eating. So do you eat sugar, carbs, whatever, that something that needs to distract you or just helps you deal with that feeling or that pain or that whatever that is bothering you? Or is there some like constant issues with friendships, relationships, your children, career, whatever it is? Do you suffer from addiction? The addiction is not only alcoholic. Work you can be a workaholic. You're always at work, you're never home. Or sometimes we're addicted to several things or different things. Drinking, shopping, different kind of stuff, drugs, procrastination. You have a whole list of items and to-do list, and you don't want to do it. How about disorganization, destructive behavior, like attention-seeking behavior, even though you don't say it, but you know it's implied. And how about unwanted situations that's often repeating itself? You find yourself, or someone finds themselves in the same situation over and over and over. So you might be married a couple of times, and it seems like you always pick the same person, the same type of personality. You find yourself at work, even though you change work and you change career maybe, but you end up that you find yourself with the same kind of boss. Certain situations keep repeating itself. So how would you look at that? Some people will just blame the situation and blame that I don't have luck, or I don't know what's wrong with people, you know, they're all like that. Or is it a time that where you want to keep an eye or look closer at yourself? Who is the common denominator in this situation? It's you. It's me. It's the person. So if I don't really look at it closely and realize that I am the common denominator, so what is it that I am doing that I'm recreating this situation for myself? I think it makes sense to just think for a moment and see, what is it that I am attracting? What's happening? Why am I being with the same partner over and over and over? Why I'm having the same problems over and over? What is it about my energy, my behaviors, what is it I am sending out to people? What is it that's creating these behaviors and these patterns? So we want to identify our needs, what we want. What is it that you need? I think it is important that we understand. I don't know why I'm not able to look at the comment section. Yeah, I'm seeing it here, but not on the phone. That's strange. Susan, thank you for joining. Good questions, great explanation. Thank you, Susan. So excuse me, I'm going to be looking at the screen down here, not at the phone, because it seems like, I don't know why the phone is not showing the comments. So please, if you have comments, put it down in the comment section, and I will peek every now and then to look at them and address your questions. So what is it that we need, what I need, that I am trying, and subconsciously I am creating the same patterns over and over and over? We want to recognize these needs, and we want to try to fulfill them ourselves. So we are no longer children that we can blame our parents or our surroundings or our teachers or whatever happens, people around us, about our own situations. We need to own it. And we need to be adults and to own our feelings. Unless we do that, we will keep repeating the same patterns over and over and over, and we will keep complaining, and years will go by and we will not know what's happening. I had a phone call with someone, and they were talking about, well, I lost 17 years of my life doing this, or maybe being restricted by that person, and I was unable to get out of it. Okay, we can claim that, but when we are adults, we need to take responsibility of our role in this. Sometimes I think, like, imagine the worst case scenario. Like, if someone is restricting you, I know certain people cannot really change some situations. Like, I was talking also to another person today, and in certain communities, people or girls cannot really change the situation until they get married. They choose to get married in order to get out of that situation, then to feel freedom. Certain people are still living that way. So we need to understand, within the circumstances, what is the best you can do? What is it that you can do at the situation? And how can you change it? What is it that you need to do in order to contribute to the change in your life? So when it comes to the needs, we really need to address them, not in our minds. We need to write them down. What is your need? Do you need to have a partner in your life? Do you need to have a different career? Do you need to have to feel loved? What is it that you need? And we need to start giving that love, safety, affection. We need to provide that to ourselves. We need to be content within ourselves. We need to provide that in a lot of ways. First, eliminate negative people in your life. When you eliminate negative people in your life, then you will be able to have more time to take care of yourself, address your needs, and then fill your life with positive people. People who lift you up, people who believe in you, people who support you, people who provide honest feedback to you, people who are there for you, people that make you feel supported, happy, strong, positive around them. You want to also look at your family of origin and see what is your belief system. What is your belief system around certain issues? Like if you have problems with money, with partners, with work, what is the belief system what's the belief system that you grew up with? Did you grow up with like the world is not a trustworthy place, it's unsafe, money is hard, no one is good, no husband, no wife is really good or loyal or whatever? What is the message that we received when we were younger? Did we have attachment with our parents or relationship based on love or based on fear? What was it? Were you afraid? Were you felt loved? What was it? Because these experiences that happen with us when we are younger, those experiences affect our life later on and our relationships. So specifically when we have partners, and especially when you have children, because you are at that space when you don't have your guard, there is no social guard, you are yourself. So you will ask yourself, oh, I'm really good with everyone, I don't know why I'm having a problem with my family. Yeah, that's a good question. Why? Because when we are with our family, when there is something going on, then we don't have that guard anymore. When we are outside with people, we have a social guard. So we are not acting, we are not really ourselves. But when you're at home, when a mother is screaming and yelling, when the reaction is always severe about silly stuff, when people cannot really speak softly, people always communicate loudly and screaming at each other, when people cannot express feelings and feelings are not to be discussed in this family, it's just about, okay, you are living here and you are having your basic needs, what are you missing? There is nothing is missing here. No talking about feelings. So if this is how you grew up, then this will affect your relationship with your partner and with your children later on. This is something important to look at. It's not luxury. Excuse me, because this is most of the problems I get and I receive from clients in my practice is based on that. Well, my child, my teenager, just comes home, goes to her room, I never see her until next day. Okay, why is that? What's happening? Do we have close relationships with our parents, with our children, our spouses, that really fosters this connection that I can come to you and talk to you about what really bothers me without you judging me? Or am I afraid that if I come to you and speak with you, then you're gonna hold it against me later on? If we are dealing with each other on that level, then no one is gonna talk to anybody. So where are you at in your relationship? Do you feel there are certain patterns that you're repeating over and over and over? Are you blaming the other? Because like for instance, I see that in my practice. It's all her, you know? I don't have a problem, it's all her. And she says the same thing, or vice versa. Well, until we own our responsibility, our part of the issue, that's gonna be resolved. As long as we're in a relationship, we have contributed to this issue. So we need to understand that as long as we have problems in our life, then we are contributing to that problem. And it's our responsibility to know how did we contribute to that. Are you willing to look closely to what's happening in your life? And why? So we want to look at the family of origin again and see the patterns, what we are repeating. So I will tell a little story about me. I remember back in the years when my daughter was younger and she was in elementary school. And this actually brought me to psychology. I did not even think in my wildest imagination that I would be a therapist. This was not on my in my thoughts or imagination. So I caught myself repeating same patterns I used to dread myself. I caught myself saying same exact words that I used to dread to my daughter. I caught myself repeating the same patterns. And then I said, okay, what's going on? I mean, I promised myself that I'm not going to do that. Why am I doing it? Why am I doing this? And then I decided, and of course the circumstances were like appropriate, so I started studying, and I chose to study marriage and family therapy specifically to understand why am I doing what I'm doing. And then I fell in love with psychology, and I decided that I want to be a therapist. And of course, you know, the journey took me in so many ways, and now here I am. I love what I'm doing. But unless we take a close look about what's happening and our patterns, and we spend time, energy, and commitment to do it, we're not going to fix it. I am so blessed with my relationship with my daughter now, and she is an adult, a young adult now. But it did not happen overnight. And it did not happen because I decided that's going to happen. That was time and energy and studying and going to to therapy myself, to put myself in therapy, to be able to understand what's going on. And this is a responsibility. This is the growth responsibility towards ourselves. We need to be able to be willing to really confront ourselves with our own shortcomings and how we are contributing to the patterns that is happening in our lives. And unless we do that, we're going to keep repeating that over and over and over and blaming everyone in the universe except for us. And the point here is not to blame anyone, including the self. No, we don't want to just keep blaming. We want to grow. We want to have better relationships first with ourselves. So once we identify the patterns, now we want to look at the secondary gain. So what are we really gaining from these patterns? Why are we repeating the patterns in our lives? What is it? Is it just familiar? Is it that, I just want to be right? Is it that it fulfills a need? Like, I know, for instance, my mother likes this stuff to be a certain way, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So there is a certain gain here that I feel that I am loyal. But it did not, and it's not working for me. Are we gonna keep doing it? What is it? What is the secondary gain? Why are we doing it? You need to write this down or go to a therapist or think about it, but you need to write it down. You need to really see it in front of you and start to be self-aware and catch yourself when you are doing these or repeating these patterns, and then pause and think, oh, do I really want to respond that way, or there's a different way? To pause before we react. So, how about doing something different? Like, for instance, you are, used to react to when someone screams at you, when your partner screams at you, you used to scream back. How about doing the opposite? Just be calm and quiet and try to ask for a calmer conversation. Can we do that? Can we just engage when it's something that you don't want the argument to go in a certain way? So how about you change the way you react to these things, to the opposite reaction, and see what happens? Because if you're gonna do the same thing over and over, it's gonna keep the outcome is gonna repeat itself over and over again. So I'm gonna look at the comments here. Can you think of something that you need, a pattern that you see is repeating over and over in your life? Can you think of something? And can you write it down? What is it that you keep repeating and complaining about over and over and it's not changing? Write it down. And you want to write down, what is your reaction? What happened before and after? What was the trigger? Can you look at it? Okay? If you look at it and tell me, you can write in the comment section if you wrote it down. The second step is you want to see how you reacted to that situation and try to think of a different reaction. Can you think of a different reaction that you could have acted at that moment that could have changed the outcome? Think about it. So I think it's worth looking at what we wanna, first of all, we wanna recognize the patterns. We wanna own it. We wanna understand our role in it. We wanna understand that we are reenacting the past. So a friend of mine, that she has been going through certain turmoil in her life. And then when we looked closer, and of course I'm talking about it with her permission, then we recognized that she has been attracting the same kind of partners over and over and over. Why is that? She recognized that these feelings of she's inadequate, she doesn't deserve love, she has low self-esteem, she is always on the side. Those kind of feelings were driving or attracting the wrong people in her life. So once when we change the way we look at ourselves, we send different energy and then we attract different people. What kind of an energy are you sending out? What kind of an energy? There is the law of attraction, the secret. That, you know, when you sometimes think of something or someone and they call you or something, you think of something and it happens. This is no magic. It's an energy. We attract things in our life, attract people in our life. So what do you want to attract? What do you want to attract? And do you believe that you deserve it? That's a trigger. Do you deserve it? When you think of something, do you feel good about it? Do you feel that you want it because you deserve it? Or, oh no, yeah, I want that, but it's not gonna happen. You know, I don't deserve it. I don't, whatever you tell yourself. And we always tell ourselves negative things. We want to come to a point when we write down what we deserve and then repeat it, have positive feelings about it. So then it's not only thoughts and ideas that comes and goes. No, it's a feeling that you're sending out and it will be manifested in the world. Have you ever gone through this feeling that when you want something and you have this really peaceful, comfortable feeling inside of you that it's going to happen, no doubt about it. And you see it manifesting in your life slowly. It's like driven. Have you ever experienced that before? Would you like to duplicate that in your life? If yes, then you want to have the same grounding, the same peaceful feeling, the same confidence in yourself. That's going to happen. Are you ready to do that? Do you want to manifest what you want in your life? Are you ready to take a closer look at yourself and see how you can, what you can change in your life and how and when? Do you want to do like this is what they call the vision board? Like put on a piece of paper a picture of something that you would like to do, or you want, or to have, or to own, or to be with, whatever it is. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to take the time? Because if you can see it and if you can envision it, then you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. No question about it. What do you feel about this topic? What do you feel about what I talked about this time? Does it make sense to you? Write in the comment section how you feel about this. And what are you gonna do about your patterns or about your journey of growth? Would you like to share that with me? I would love to hear it about read what you have to share, and to write my own comments back to what you want to say about your life, about your patterns, about your actions, your plans. You can always reach me. You can write in the comment section, call me, email me, message me. I'm reachable. So let me know how you feel about this topic, and if you like this video, like it and share it. I will download it on YouTube so you can subscribe and watch it there. I hope that you liked it and you enjoyed it, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you and have a good night.